Welcome, welcome, welcome to In the Loop with Lupus and Color, Lupus Live. We are so excited to be here on tonight with a great Lupus warrior, Christa Caldwell-Pretlow. And I see she is in the room, so I'm going to bring her up. We are not going to waste time because her story is important and it's an amazing story at that. So let me bring Christa on up. Hi, Christa.
Hi, oh my God, I'm on the screen. Hi, how are you?
You are on the screen, darling.
Yes.
You are on the
Can you
screen.
see me? Or do I need to move back? Because I
can see you. You can move back just a little bit. Scoot back.
Okay, I'm gonna move back.
But I think you're pretty good. That's perfect. Move over a little bit.
Okay.
To the there you go. All right.
There you go. Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Awesome. Right. Awesome. How are you?
Right. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am here. I am alive. I have my limbs. I'm able to converse with you, beautiful ladies. I mean, I'm really excited. God is good. That's all I can say. It could be worse. God is good.
I'm so happy that you agreed to come on and share your story. So let's start by just telling us who you are.
Who am I? Okay, so wow, I never really even just thought that wasn't on the questions. Okay, you did not write that down. Questions. Oh God, I hate talking about myself. Oh my God. Okay, so who am I? My name is Christa Caldwell-Pretlow. I'm Caldwell-Pretlow, so I use all my names in my household. We use Christa Caldwell-Pretlow. I'm 41. I'll be 42 in November. I'm a high school inclusion teacher. I've been teaching for over 17 years. I'm a mother of two. I have a 20-year-old and I have a 16-year-old. I'm a wife of over 17 years. What else? I love the world of travel. So I've been a travel business owner for over 5 years. What else do? I am a newly speak extreme hip hop, which I completely love. That is just a big passion. I love music. I love dance, and it just becoming an instructor in that type of genre just everything for me. So it's therapy for me. I'm a Christian, so I do love God with all my heart, my soul, and my mind. I really strive to be the best representation of a person that just loves. You know, God is love,
Right.
and I just believe that we're supposed to. I don't have to say I'm a Christian all the time. I don't have to go to, and say I go to church, just for people. It should be in my lifestyle, how I treat people, how I treat myself.
Right.
I don't know. I'm a creative person. I'm just trying to think of everything I think I am. I'm a creative person. I love arts. I love anything with the arts. I love. So whether it's dancing, whether it's singing, whether it's using my hands for
Right.
pottery, whatever it is, I just love art. I just love art. I love it. I think this whole world around us is so beautiful that God has made. Even the ones that we think are not as perfect as we would want them to be is still
Right.
art. It's just amazing. I love going into the suburban areas as well as the urban areas. I just like to see the diversity of God's planet that He has,
Right.
brought us to. So I love to have fun. I'm very energetic, always have been.
I
So
love it.
when
I
you
love
see
it.
me, when you see me like this, I have always been like this. So just because I have lupus doesn't stop the original design that God has called me to be, my makeup, because this is my makeup. I have always been very energetic, and I wasn't going to allow lupus, to stop that. I was going to try to find a way.
Right. So
So
now,
that is
when
it.
were when were you diagnosed with lupus?
I was diagnosed with lupus about 5 years ago in April 2017, around
Okay.
2017 in April. And it
And how
just
did that
started
how did
off.
that manifest?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
How did that manifest in your body for you to come to a conclusion of lupus?
Woo! Okay.
Yeah, I know
I
that's a
don't
story.
know. I don't know how it manifested, but I'm going to tell you this. This is how I put it, okay? I'll put it like this. When I found out I had lupus, I was diagnosed with lupus, I didn't know what it was. But I started doing research. And in my research, they told me that it was, for the most part, three types of ways that you can develop lupus. One was environmental, the other one was drug induced or drug related. The other one was genetics, right? But they still wasn't really sure about it. So I said this to myself. I said, okay, I had different situations in my life that occurred, seemed like all at one time, very stressful. And I remember staying up late at night, crying, not going to sleep, going to work, not having slept only 1 hour, right? Going into
Right.
the classroom, fixing my face, going back into my office, and crying and going. It was very I was going through a lot. Put it that way. And my
Right.
mom told me, she said, Christa, you better stop stressing because you're going to cause yourself to get sick.
Mm.
I didn't know what she meant by that. I didn't know what she meant. I didn't know it could have it manifested like lupus. I didn't know, right?
Right. Right.
But stress is a silent killer. And so when I take all the different pieces that I was going through in my life, some I'm willing to share, and some I'm very protective over.
Absolutely.
And God has not released me to share some things yet, but all the different factors in my life, I believe I call it the perfect storm.
Right.
And it
Right.
was just a perfect storm that told my body enough is enough. Like, you're about to go out of here, And when I think about it, it makes me, I remember like every step of this journey being diagnosed. So I ran away because sometimes I had to run away from, so to speak, life. And
Mm-hmm.
I had a girlfriend. Her name was Jada. I love her. She has been very she's really important to me because dealing with the things I was going through, she was there. She opened up her home, to me, just to
Right.
think. I needed to be in an environment away from everything, everybody, just to think. And she, at that particular time, we worked at the same school, so I was able to go in with her and just rest. And she had a lot of gospel inspirational music that we would listen to at night, and it was just so peaceful. But then I started breaking out on my face, just a little bit of like just a little rash on my face.
Right.
I don't break out. I really don't. I think in my whole entire life, I may have broken out maybe 3. One was because of the chicken pox, and 2, I had a little blemish. But then I'm old school, so we put like a little toothpaste. No, God, what is this? I'm not going to church. Not with this pimple. It was like that, and I was like the toothpaste. We put the toothpaste on there, right? And so that was it. So after I tried everything, I tried the regular facial washes that I usually do. I did black soap. I did everything. It was not going away, but it was starting to look weird, and it wasn't going away. And I couldn't understand why. Well, my girlfriend Jada said, Krista, why don't you try going to my dermatologist? I went to the dermatologist because I thought it may have been like adult acne, because sometimes, just like with allergies, sometimes allergies arise later on in life. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'm getting adult, acne. But the what's her name? The dermatologist said that looks like inflammation going on, because at this particular time it started to spread. It started to spread across my face. And I was like, what is this? And she said, I don't want to alarm you. It looks like something, but I just want to be completely sure. So she said, I want you to go take a blood test. Of course, they check for the ANA, and I'm still learning all the different terminology, y'all. I'm 5 years in, but this is such a journey. I'm still learning. I mess up on a lot of words. Sorry if I do. That's just me. You gotta just love me or just leave me alone, okay? But I didn't. My numbers. All of my numbers for my white blood cell count, even dealing with my kidneys and everything, off the chain. I should have been in the hospital. Wow. And the way I was feeling, I wasn't feeling the way my numbers were. Right. So that's how I actually found out about this diagnosis of lupus. I'm sorry that I went on a tangent, but
well, no, I mean, no, that's the whole purpose of it, for you to tell your story and to really, let people know, because who would have thought to go to a dermatologist? Thank goodness your friend actually was able to let you know that and say, look, girl, she might be able to help you. Just go ahead and try it and see what happened. If you didn't do that, you wouldn't be here today, because it might have gotten out of control. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So it was just, I say it like this, like, although it started off with that blemish, I don't know how long it was already formulating in my body, because I was already experiencing hair loss. I was already experiencing fatigue. Like, so I don't really honestly know when. I can assume, but I really don't know the actual date it started really to develop into my body. But it did. It's here. Now I have to find a way to turn these lemons into lemonade.
There you go. There you go. And it looks like you've been doing that. It looks like you are moving and shaking and doing all different things to keep your body healthy. What do you think are the most important things that you're doing now that actually really keeps you with this amazing energy that you have? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the energy. I love your spirit. What are you doing to keep that so uplifted and not fall into a depression?
Okay, so let me start off by saying thank you for the compliment. And I have my days. I have my days of depression. I have my days where my mom, she would call me and she'd say, "Hey, baby." I say, "Hey, mom, how you doing?" "I'm doing fine." She'd say, "How you doing?" "Oh, I'm fine." "How are you doing?"
Right.
You know what I mean? Mom's scared, like literally, like, I mean, it's been days that something is going on in my body. I remember when I was getting the sores in my nose, And it
Yeah.
seemed like, and I know this may sound gross, but when something's in your nose, you're trying to pick it, right? But it
Mm-hmm.
seemed like every time I was getting, it was just growing back. I was like, what is this? I just thought like death. And my mom would call and I would just break down because, every season dealing with lupus is different. Everybody is
Absolutely.
different. And
Yes.
so I just wanted to say, I know y'all see me happy a lot, but I have my moments. And I had to start to learn how to deal with my moments because I'm very emotional. First of all, I'm an empath. So I feel energy very heavy. I feel people very
Right.
heavy. So if you're off, trust me, I probably could tell you. I may not be able to, I probably could tell because it hits me very hard. And that's just a gift that I just have.
Right.
But for me, it's a combination of
Mm.
things that put me in that happy place.
Right.
And sometimes I have to make myself go
Mm.
into that happy place because the way life looks, and even
Right.
in my present situation now, it can make somebody just want to just go and crawl over and just
Yeah.
the blanket over their heads. For
Yeah.
me, what I do is I really honestly believe first it starts with my belief system.
Absolutely.
My belief system. When I found out that I had lupus
Mm-hmm.
and I was researching, they were saying it wasn't a cure. It wasn't a cure. And I remember going to Philly with my husband and some
Mm-hmm.
other couple friends. And this is when I found out I had lupus, but I didn't have anything in my system.
Mm.
Nothing in my system. No prednisone,
Right.
no Plaquenil, nothing. Right. So I was feeling all the pain that comes with it,
Right.
right? Because I didn't know how long it's been developing inside of my body. And I had to cry myself to sleep. I cried myself back to sleep from Philly
Mm.
because the pain was so intense. I told
Right.
God, I said, God, if you don't help me with this situation and I got to go through this pain, you could take me now. I
Right.
told him
Right.
that, and I was dead serious. I did not. I was like, I cannot do this. Let me tell you, I pray for people that have chronic illnesses and diseases and pains, that especially the ones that you cannot see, because that's very serious, very, very serious. I pray for them because I understand. I might not have understood it several years
Right.
back, but I
Right.
understand it, and I'm so sorry that I didn't embrace it like I
Yeah.
did it, But I forgot what I was about to say, but on the
Right.
journey, interview, and so so it was. Oh God, brain fog. We're used to that,
Right.
right?
There you go.
But
And lupus
brain
strikes
fog.
again.
Can you? Oh my God, can you please tell me what we were just talking about?
So you
I
were
know my
saying,
journey of how.
yeah, of how you were going through it and everything like that, and how it's almost like you were going through what I call as a mourning period.
Mm,
And we go through these mourning periods with lupus constantly. Just really pining for our old self and trying to learn and accept our new self. So that's basically what you were talking about and how you were
right.
actually going through those issues. So
Right. And so for me, the mindset I had to, oh, I know what I'm talking about. Thank you. So I was researching. I'm recording live too, so I want everybody to see your beautiful face.
thank you.
Okay, I want them to see. Like, I'm not talking to myself, you
Right,
guys.
I'm not just
I
sitting
am
here
talking
talking
to a
to me.
person.
But if you were, that's
Okay.
fine too. That's your
Okay.
business.
And right. And so I was researching, and they said it wasn't a cure. But as I was researching, I saw people that was going into remission.
Right.
And for me, I said, okay, they may, so to speak, still have it,
Right.
as but a lot of them are in remission. And some of them were saying that they're completely healed. So this is my thing. I said, just as fast that lupus snuck up on me, right?
Mhm.
I need God to help me just as fast to
Right.
leave my body. But I knew that it was going to take work because I don't know how much damage throughout my lifespan, right? My
Right.
lifetime that I put into my body. So now I know I probably have to work overtime for it. So
Right.
mindset was definitely the number one key for me, because I had to convince myself, despite of what I was seeing. I went into support groups.
Mhm.
I couldn't stay in a lot of the support groups because it was very depressing to me, because I
Right.
was taking on some of their pain.
Issues. Yeah. Of course.
I was thinking, oh my God, that's gonna be me. So I had to surround myself around nothing but positive energy, right?
Absolutely.
Once I surrounded myself with positive energy, I made sure that I went to my doctors. Taking that medication for me was very imperative. Although I wanted to go holistic, I did
Right.
want to, go holistic, but they was telling me, because of the stage I was in, I had to take it because I had to control the condition.
Right.
So taking
So
my
you have
medication.
you have systemic lupus erythematosus, or do you have lupus
Yes, I have
nephritis?
SLE, and I
Okay.
have, yep. Say that last word, because I know I
Erythematosus.
always mess that last word up.
It's a hard one. It took me a while.
I'm still trying to learn the right way of saying the plaquenil with the hydrochloroquine.
It's all right. It's all right. Long as it helps. Long as it helps. So
Yeah,
you were saying that
exactly.
you were taking the medications, and you were taking your medications correctly, and you still take your medications correctly, because that's important, because a
Absolutely,
lot of times we might get
absolutely,
caught up with not wanting to.
absolutely. So, I take my medication. I do have systematic lupus. The last letter, the last word, right? But I also have I have discoid lupus as well. I was diagnosed with discoid lupus, and I was also diagnosed with, I forgot the terminology. I'll have to look at my medical first, but it's where it affects my really really affects my left leg and my foot and
Okay.
things. So I used to get a lot of spasms.
Mm.
And right now I don't get as many spasms as I used to, because I had to change. That's the other thing that I did. I changed. I started to live a healthier lifestyle. So now
And
I'm very
let's
mindful.
talk about that. Let's talk about
Yes.
that. Changing, you said you changed your mindset, number
Hmm.
one and most important thing. And
Yes.
now you're talking about changing your lifestyle and how you're
Yes.
eating, how you're feeding your body, and how you're feeding your soul, obviously. Tell us more about how
Exactly.
you're doing that.
So it was this. I think it was the scare, because I honestly thought I was fine. Matter of fact, several months before I got diagnosed with lupus, before I got the actual blood samples back, I got a full blown blood test for everything, STDs, everything. Everything came back perfect, healthy. And then all of a sudden, when I had to go and get tested from the dermatologist, that's when my life changed. So I honestly thought I was healthy for the most. Had to lose a little bit of weight, but what woman doesn't really have to lose a little weight, you know?
Right, right,
But but I didn't think I was as sick
mhm,
as I was.
right.
And it was when my one doctor, I got some blood work back, and it was the blood work was showing that it was messing with my kidneys,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Um, and he said, if these numbers, and I was supposed to go away, like everybody know, I'm a travel professional as well,
Mhm.
and I love going on trips. I love going out. And he said, if I don't get these numbers under control, I will not be going on that trip. And I was like, hold up, doctor. This is, I got no, you can't. I know I'm going to the Bahamas. You cannot stop me from going to the Bahamas, right? And so I had to start to go on that journey.
Right.
And so I started to. I didn't do a simple change. I tried to do a big change almost all at once, and it was hard, and I crashed.
Yeah.
I crashed. And then moving forward, not too far back. Matter of fact, no. Let me say this: I was taking little steps towards
Right.
trying to live a healthier life. So I don't want to say I completely, I completely just fell off. It wasn't that. I started doing little things, but I wasn't consistent. And
Right.
anything, if you really want to see really great results, you have to be consistent, period. You just have to be consistent. And
Right.
so I had to go to the doctors, and they took my blood pressure, and it was extremely high,
Wow.
like stroke high,
Oh
heart
Lord.
attack high,
Ooh.
going into the hospital high. And this is what the
Mm.
doctor was telling me. And I was like, well, what do I need to do?
Right. To
And they
change it.
said, Krista, you have to change it. So now I'm like, oh God, I know me. I need accountability. I just know I would start something off. I'm not as organized as I like to be, and I'm not as consistent by myself as I like to be. I know me. I'm going to start to pull from different resources, and I'm going to find support groups.
Right.
I'm going to find support groups that mindset is on the same level as I'm. And I found an amazing group, and they specialize in whole foods and more vegetables and bridging that gap. And I
Right.
started to take that, and my energy started coming back even more. And then I got involved in extreme hip hop, which is very important because the doctor also told me I had to stay active. I have to move my joints. And then I also started to participate in therapy because I needed to learn
There you
how
go.
to deal with my stress level, because my stress level was the one that was one of the major factors that was bringing me down. So I started
Right.
going to therapy 3 times a week. I exercise 3 times. I do cardio 3 times a week, and I do strength training 2 times a week. And so I had to just kind of make it fit in my schedule. But besides the exercising, besides the meditation, all is a combination. The healthy living is a
Right.
combination of everything. I just don't only do one product or one thing. I do multiple things that allows my body to heal. And everybody's body is different. So I
Absolutely.
spent thousands of dollars, I'm not going to lie, invested in myself so that I can get the results that I
Right.
want. I started to find the products and the groups and the people. Some people I had to eliminate because they was causing me stress too.
There you
Right.
go.
But
There you go.
the therapy helped me through it because of the type of person. I'm not a confrontational person. I'm just not. I don't like confrontation. I'm a team player. What we got to do is get in. Let's do it. Let's stick together. Let's all help, heal the world type. That's how I am. And unfortunately, sometimes it's like a curse. You know what I mean? When
Yeah.
you're kind of like that, and in a
Yeah.
sense. So I needed help. I needed somebody that can help me get through the things that was causing my body to respond or to fight against itself. I needed
Right.
help. So
It,
I asked for
it-
help. Hmm.
and it's important because a lot of times we don't do the things that we need to do to help ourselves. We are
Right.
forever giving to someone else, but we very rarely give to ourselves. And whether you spent thousands of dollars, at least it was on you, and
But you know
changing
what?
you.
I said to myself, because I said, me, what did I do to have to do this, right? And somebody said, why not you?
Right.
Because God wouldn't put more on you than you can bear. So obviously, He said, Krista, I have some work that I need you to do. And yeah, it may be painful. You may have to go through some things, but you're going to help change and help somebody else. And so my thing was, okay, I had that butterfly across my face. You can't see it now because I worked very hard to get rid of it because they wanted to put bleach on my face.
No.
And I
Ooh,
said, I'm not bleaching my face for no
right.
mark. And my family, my support group told me, Krista, you're beautiful with or without it. Embrace it. So I started to embrace, which I also learned in therapy. You can't help situations sometimes. Life is life. Like everybody goes through life, no matter if you're rich, poor, girl, boy, so to speak, ugly, because beautiful, beauty's an eye of the beholder, But some
Right.
think they ugly, pretty or whatever. It doesn't matter. Life is life, but it's how we deal with it. And so I had to learn how to embrace it, but handle it. And my responses had to be a little different. And
Right.
that's what I had to start learning. So I said, you know what? It is what it is. So I started to say, okay, I got this coin lupus. I can't be in the sun. I love to travel, but how am I going to be in the sun, Lord? Oh no. So then I started looking up things. Most of my clothes are protective gear clothes. I wear a lot of hats because I got to protect myself. I started wearing umbrella hats. I started getting other people involved. And this is one
And
important thing.
and looking cute in it too, darling.
Yes, honey. Because listen, if you're going to turn them lemons into lemonade, you got to make it
Might as
sweet.
well looking good.
Hey, thank God, though. Thank God. It's not of my own doing, but one important thing, I'm gonna say this: share,
Mm,
because in the Bible it says we overcome through our testimonies by
absolutely.
testifying, by sharing our stories. When you share your story, and I'm not saying tell all of your business, because some
Right.
things God wants to keep secret. Nobody want to
Yeah.
hear all of that. But
Right.
the things that He tells you to share, you should share it, because not only would it help somebody, it will also help you. It will teach you to grow, and it also will cut out a lot of depression. Because from what I studied dealing with lupus, because a lot of times I didn't understand this, we suffer silently. When people suffer silently and don't have that outlet or that support system, they
Right.
get into a depression. And I heard, and just through reading, that lupus warriors have a very high percentage of suicide. So the suicide ideation is really high because
Mhm.
they feel like they're dealing with it by themselves. And at first, I couldn't fathom. I couldn't, like, what do you mean you dealing by yourself? But now I understand, because a
Yeah,
lot
and
of
there's
things, like
so
I'm in pain right now in my
mhm.
hands, in my joints. You wouldn't know that because I'm moving, I'm talking, but
Right.
I'm finding ways to cope with it.
And it's
So I'm
it's
going to
good
add
that
to
you
that list.
it's good that
Mm-hmm.
you talked about the story. Someone said on the in the chat room that she can totally relate. Everything is fine and then boom,
Mm.
life changes on a dime. Sometimes, your story resonates with someone else and helps them through a situation that they might go through. Sherry said, she's so glad you're doing this. It's going to help a lot of people. God bless what you're doing,
Oh,
praying for a cure for all of my oldest daughter
thank
has
you.
it, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just
Bless
certain
you.
things that you might say by telling your story and sharing your testimony, sharing your overcoming, sharing all that you are doing to make yourself healthy helps other people so quickly. So someone says hi here from New
Hey,
Jersey.
Jersey. Woo woo. Jersey
I know you
girl.
like
Yes, you
mountain.
got to come out. You got to come
I-
take one of my classes.
yes, yes, and we're gonna put all of
You'll
that
have fun.
information in here also. Eva Lee's also said I do medical.
Oh, hey. Yes.
I do medical
I'm sorry.
cannabis. So that's all right. You're fine to help me fight these flares and stress and anxiety. It
Yes.
helps me. You know what
I
I
do
say to
too.
people? Try whatever you can. If I could eat nails and get rid of lupus, I will do it. So
I,
it is what it is.
my
We
mom
have
told me, I'm sorry.
no.
That's
Go ahead.
that's also a part of my therapy. I'm very transparent. So part of my therapy is to not cut people off when they're talking. So if I do that,
You're
because
fine.
I
You
just get
go.
so excited.
Go
I
ahead.
just
You
get
go.
so
You got it.
excited. I don't mean, it's no disrespect. I promise you. It's no disrespect.
I
You
love it. I
see, you
love
can go
it.
ahead and talk because I forgot what I was going to say anyway. You see, so go ahead.
That's fine. We have someone that was on yesterday as well. I think Bong is from Palo. She said, I
Oh
love your
wow.
positive vibe. My doctor said that the best medicine is a positive attitude and a smile. And girl, you got that. God bless you. Awesome.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Awesome. I
God
love
bless
to
you
read some
too.
of these to you because, sometimes we get caught up in saying our story, but we don't realize how important it is to other people. And that's part of the reason why I wanted you to come on, because your energy is so good. But you've been through so much. You've been through so much.
I've been
But
through
you
that.
can see and you can tell that you are overcoming. And even though you still have issues, you're still going to keep moving. You know?
Yeah, it was what's important. Like God promised us that we're gonna have life, that we can live life and live it abundantly. But He didn't promise us that we would go. Everything was just going to be cake, you know.
Right.
And so my thing is like, okay, God, you said things not going to be cake, but I can still live life abundantly. So whatever challenge, whatever situation I may overcome, I'm a warrior, always been a warrior before I even had lupus. My thing is God has given me something. I'm not letting nobody take it from me unless I'm ready to give it up. Right.
Right.
So my life, God gave me my life. I'm not ready to give it up. I'm
You better
not
talk
ready.
about
I'm
it.
not ready. I have children. I have a life. I have things I want to do in life. And so I know that it's either I'm going to either sink or swim. I'm either going to, say, okay, this is what I have to deal with. Let me deal with it. I used to be embarrassed because people used to tell me, she's not sick. I remember I got the little handicap. I call it my VIP. Yeah, I'll be VIP in everywhere. I'll VIP everywhere. Say, listen, you got a condition, I'm going to use it. Thank you.
I
I'll
love it.
VIP everywhere. But when I first started VIPing, I used to be embarrassed getting out the car because I was still walking regularly because they don't understand, the
Right.
condition.
Right.
And so I started to put a limp when I got
Yeah.
out the car in the VIP section because I wanted people to I didn't want people to think I was faking it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't want
And
people to think
that's
I was faking it.
And it's funny you said
Mm-hmm.
that, because I was talking to some people the other day, and a lot of people do not say that they even have lupus because they're embarrassed. They
Yeah.
feel that they might be seen as weak, especially men. They think it might make them seem weak and not able to
Right.
do things, or like you said, they think that people think that they're lying. So
Right.
it's such a difficult slope
It is.
to tread, and
I
once
deal
you
with that a
start,
lot.
yeah, but once you start to accept what's going on with you, do you think that that makes a difference in how you present yourself to others? Because, like
Of
for me,
course.
look, I have my little VIP sticker, like you call it.
Yeah,
I don't
that
even,
VIP be
yeah,
working, honey.
I don't even care. I don't even care anymore. It's like, old ladies are always saying, oh, you don't need that. Lady, you don't know what I went through yesterday. So once you get to an
That's
acceptance, do you think that that really changes how you interact with anybody about lupus and yourself, about your pain?
Yes, of course it does. Of course, I'm gonna. I love quotes. I love scriptures. So I grew up with quotes and scriptures. So those are the things that stay dear and close to my heart when I'm going through things. And like I know some people post quotes I guess just because. But when I post quotes, they mean something. I'm really living my quotes. Like I don't post things that I don't live. If I post it, it's because I tried it
Right.
and it works. If it doesn't work, that's how I am. I'm very transparent in that way. But of course, because first of all, in the Bible, it gives us two commands. The first two commands is to love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, and soul, right? And then the second one is to love yourself. You love your neighbor as you love yourself, right?
Mhm.
A lot of people can't love their neighbors because they really don't love themselves. So
Mhm.
acceptance of you as a person, as even in the situations and the conditions that you have, you still have to embrace that. And one thing that helped me was that butterfly rash, because that
Mm.
butterfly rash was it was very visible. If you go on my page, I keep it, I actually pin it to the top now, because when
Mhm.
people look at me, they look at the girl that I don't have the butterfly that you can really, really see anymore, right? I'm very
Right.
energetic. I lost weight. So people don't see that journey. They don't see the struggle. They don't see the 5 years. They don't see, how I spent thousands of dollars just trying to find makeup to cover
Right.
my butterfly face because I was tired of people looking at me.
Right.
Before the COVID came out, I was supposed to wear masks. I didn't want to wear a mask because I didn't want people looking at me like if I had this deadly disease. And one thing I could say, I had some students of mine and some teacher friends of mine, teacher associates of mine that said, Christa, I will wear the mask with you. And this is before COVID.
Yeah.
And so I just started to embrace that. And once I started to embrace it and say, listen, it is what it is. Listen, at the end of the day, we all gonna die of something. If we living, we gonna die. I'm like, well, at least I know kind of what I'm going, but I want to live as long as possible, the
Right.
most healthiest way possible. Because honestly, it's true. When you live a healthier lifestyle, life is different. Your energy is different. You're not feeling sluggish. And with lupus, we already deal with a lot of fatigue, unexplainable fatigue that is different, fatigue that makes you feel like you have the flu, that kind of
Right.
fatigue
Right.
sometimes. I don't need low energy. I need
Right.
I need things to be put in my body, whether it's topical, whether it's inside of my body. I need it all to work for me so that
Right.
I can live. And then as I'm doing that, as I'm finding different products, I like to share with other people. Even with the extreme hip hop, I'll do that for free. Because I know,
Right.
first of all, it's a total body workout. It's
It
fun,
sure is.
but it's also it's a lot of fun. But it's also can help somebody
Right.
take people out of that depression, because
Right.
music and dancing, it's positive energy within itself. So I would do
Absolutely.
that for free because I'm so passionate about life. I
Right.
like life. I
Now,
like life, and I like people.
D Rose wants to know, how do you stay motivated? I know you are very spiritual and you believe in God. What other ways do you stay motivated? That's coming from D Rose.
D Rose. I'm going to try to explain it the best way I can, honestly, because I don't know. I just know I have this inner. I feel like I have this inner thing inside of me that I can't explain. That 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 tells me you gotta live. You gotta live, and trust me, on in my life, a lot going on in my life. And it's times where I'm not as motivated. Am I cutting in and
You
out?
cracking? Yeah, you are, but we're getting the message. Keep talking.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, but you are going in and out.
It's storming over here. That's why.
Oh, okay, yeah, I knew that
Oh
storm was going to
man.
hit one of us. I knew that storm was going to
Can
hit
you
one of
hear
us. I can
me?
hear you in and out.
Yeah. It's
And that's
oh,
fine.
okay. Okay.
Is that a little better?
Because
Can
it's
you hear
cutting
me?
in and out. It's raining. Sorry, you guys. Okay.
Okay.
And oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so
Oh, that's
sorry.
okay. I'll talk for you.
Um,
Let me read some of these messages for you.
it's
One
hitting
of the
us
best,
hard.
yeah. Tawanda says one of the best things is to accept and believe in life that things
Okay.
will be
I'm gonna
achievable with
talk.
it.
Hopefully, you guys can hear me.
We can.
Okay. Yeah, I can
Can
hear
you
you.
hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay. So I was going to
Okay.
go through
And
some of the
so
comments.
in this thing, it's I want to live.
Right.
Okay.
So you're in and out
Okay.
again. Can you hear me? So basically what Sharita was saying, what Krista was saying was
I
that she wants to live.
do. I'm very hopeful.
Right. Very hopeful. Um, and Janae says, I can relate. Lupus has wreaked havoc on my body from infant loss to kidney failure, and the list goes on
I
and
can hear
on.
you.
Okay, good. But the key to my success has been a positive attitude and faith in God. But right now I'm going through such a stressful time. I just ask that you all pray for me. So definitely, we will definitely pray for you, Janae. It's gonna get better. You just keep hanging in there. Keep hanging in there. We have Bong from, can you hear me still, Krista? We have Bong who
Let me
says,
see.
log off and log back on, and then we'll bring you back up.
I can hear you. I'm gonna see if I can change my location. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna try to change my location.
Okay. As you're going around, we have
Let's
some
see.
people on Instagram that are saying your entire story relates to me. Thank you. I'll just keep talking for now until we get her back. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Chris's story is very compelling, and I'm
I'm
sure
gonna try to
everybody
get
can
another
relate.
location. Let me see.
That's a little better.
No.
Eva Lee
Okay.
says,
Let me see. I can hear you. I'm just switching locations so you
okay,
can
I'll
hear
keep
me a little
talking.
better. Okay.
Okay, I'll keep talking. Eva Lee says, I have a double whammy: diabetes and lupus, fibroneuropathy, osteoporosis, herniated disc, and
I'm
the list
so
goes on.
sorry.
I lost a lot of friends because they didn't understand what lupus does to me. Eva Lee, I can relate. Everybody is not for you when you are sick. Everybody doesn't know how to handle that. And that is fine. That is perfectly fine. You have to find other friends. It's just like Krista was saying earlier that she had to let go some people. Some of those people you just have to let go and let it be. Are you back, Krista? So as I was saying, Elise, and
All
I hope
right.
I'm saying your name correctly. Some people you just have to let go, and you have to understand that those people are not for you. And it's so hard to let people go that you think that are going to help you. But you definitely have to do it. Have to do it.
I'm
Janae,
back. Can
thank
you hear me a little better?
I sure can. I sure can.
No.
Yes, I can hear you. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah. You can hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I hope the connect. I came outside to see if I can get a better
Eh,
connection. It's just storming. I can hear you a little
okay.
bit,
Okay.
but I can hear.
Okay, that's not a problem. I was just telling, reading some of
Okay.
the comments and um just people just
We're
sending
trying.
you,
We're trying.
yeah, you sending you good
Okay.
wishes and talking about, the best things that you can accept is to accept and believe in life.
Okay.
As Wanda stated, just accept and believe in life that things will be achievable with lupus. Then you have on,
Yes.
can you hear me?
I can hear you.
And if we
You're
can't
still
hear you,
cutting
it's
in
not a
and
big
out.
deal. We can always,
I'm so sorry
okay,
to
good.
mess up your interview.
Oh no, we can always start again on a different day. That's no big deal at all. That's no big deal at
But
all.
I'm so excited to just to share, and yeah, I'm really
Yeah.
excited to share. So I even came outside, and it's
Oh
cold
Lord, no.
outside because it's
Oh
really
no.
cold. But I
Let me
so
ask you
want to
one.
help and share my
Yeah,
story.
let me ask you one more question because I don't want you to be outside in the cold. What is your fight song?
I'm okay. Fight song. I got a couple of them, but it's unstoppable. By Corinne. Corinne.
Okay.
I kind of say her
Hmm.
name messed up, but it's unstoppable. Unstoppable. You can see it on my page. I danced. I stepped to that because
Awesome.
I am. I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. What situation? That's
Absolutely.
what I tell myself. Yeah. So unstoppable is one of them. I got a few of them, but that's one of them. Yes.
Awesome. That's a good one because I think a lot
I
of
believe
times,
stress plays an ugly part with lupus. It causes flares. It does.
good one. Now, Evelise, you just read Evelise's statement, and how do you think that people can minimize their stress
Yes.
as they're dealing with lupus? How do you feel, they can do that?
Um. Well, I'm gonna say what is helping me. I go to therapy. I go to therapy to help me deal with my stress because I need strategies put in place that I can practice, that I can go to, like the resources, just in case I forget. Um, be, it helped because I wasn't dealing with the stress right. Because if I was, I believe it was stress that got me into this place now. So
Right.
whatever got me into this place, I needed to go and find help and support because I wasn't doing it. I wasn't doing it. So for me, it was therapy. For me, finding, I know my therapist told me to find things that I enjoy. So even if nobody goes with me or wants to be involved in the activity, I still can do it. I still can do it. Let me see. Going to therapy was causing me anxiety. Oh wow, this therapy was. So my thing is like this. It's like with rheumatologists, right? With rheumatologists, you have to find the right one. I went
Right.
through three different rheumatologists. Three. Listen. If you don't do me right, I will cry. I will cry. I cried in all three of the rheumatologist office that I went to until one of my girlfriends introduced me to her rheumatologist, and her rheumatologist is now my rheumatologist for 5 years, and I completely love her. So just like with anything, the going to therapy, you may have to change your therapist.
Right. Right.
You
And
know what I
Evelise was
mean?
saying,
Because you
Evelise was saying that she was in
definitely
a group
need,
therapy.
and I can also put some things, share some things from my therapy sessions because they give me copies of the different strategies that I use to help me. I can share that because those are good practices.
Absolutely. Janae says that lupus took my
Oh,
hair and I
yeah.
cried when I cut it off.
I can't speak to that because I needed to out even worry about I might go out back and say. I needed to be in a comfortable, safe environment. Mhm.
Yes, you definitely have to be
Lupus
in
took
an
my hair
environment.
too, baby girl. But it took my hair too. I packed them in out. I mean,
Yeah. Um, D Rose says very true. Sometimes you have to find the
yes, you
right one
do.
for the right
Listen,
type
it's
of
trial and
therapy.
error. It's trial error. Yeah, this
Yep.
journey's tough.
Yes, definitely.
Yep.
But
And sometimes that means you may have to spend some money. You guys, listen, you have to invest in yourself. You have to invest in yourself. We invest everything else. You are the most important thing.
that's very true. Very
Therapy
true.
is essential with lupus. Yes, it is. And I'm gonna say therapy is very essential with lupus because a lot of people still don't understand what lupus is. As much as I post,
Well, a lot of
As
A
much as
lot of lupus
I
people don't
post,
even understand what lupus is.
everybody, as much as I post, and I say the same thing over and over again, I still have the same issues because people don't understand. And my thing is, I don't want them to understand because they do it, because they a lot of what?
A lot of lupus warriors don't even understand lupus.
Oh, you bring up. Yep, you have to invest in yourself. Absolutely. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. They don't. They do not. They do not. But you why? Because they're not putting in that work to understand it.
Right.
Put in the work to understand it, then you doing your own self a disservice, which means lupus. You can hear me? I can hear you. Yep. Now it's in and out.
Okay. Okay.
It's in and out. But yeah, you have to invest in yourself, and investing in yourself means you you know um do some research, buy some books, get into some support groups that you may have to pay, just for the community, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it. Yeah. Yes, we do. We have to prioritize ourselves. Absolutely. That's what I'm learning how to do. I am still in that learning process. I am learning, but I have grown tremendously since from the time I found out. Trust me, I have grown tremendously. I had to boss up. I had to woman up. I was no longer that. I had to up. I had to take ownership.
Yeah, you definitely have to take ownership.
Oh, hey Juanita. I was diagnosed 3 years ago, and I'm still learning. And guess what? I was diagnosed 5 years ago, and we still gonna be learning. It's easier when we can learn together, when we can share information together. I'd rather be on a journey with people that hearts and mind is in the same direction. Yeah, and I'd rather be with people that are in the same on the same path as me. It's easier to learn. It's easier to fight. It's easier to have hope when you have somebody standing strong. So when they say teamwork make the dream work, it really does in every area of our lives. We need that support system. We as humans are designed to be with other humans. We're designed to take on, that community. It's easier that way. Why want to be alone anyway?
Right. Right.
Why? So I say, when you have information, share it, and don't let things always be about money. Don't ever let things just be about money, because you love people, you want to help people. If you're not passionate about it, don't do it. Nobody gonna judge you, just don't do it. Okay, no matter what heaven put you in. That's what I'm learning. Who cares? As long as you're doing it with a pure heart, who cares?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Can you
Let me
hear
get
me?
in here. Okay. All right. Love you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Krista. Thank you. Thanks everybody for tuning in.
Bye.
I'm so sorry that we couldn't finish off. What we'll do is that we'll do another one with Krista, and we'll start from where we left off, and we will definitely be able to talk to her again. So I will put her information in And we will set up another date very soon, since it's still Lupus Awareness Month, but I want to still speak to Christa and finish her story. And I knew that Storm would get one of us. So we're here. And what we'll do is that I will reset a date with Christa, and we will do another session with her. And maybe we'll get Christa to do a step for us, and we can join in. That would be great. That would be great. So thank you, everyone. If you would like to be on In the Loop, Lupus Live, come on and hit me up at lupusandcolor@gmail.com. We are looking to share your story and help another lupus warrior through a difficult time. If you can share with us, if you want to share via video or you want to share via print, we will do that for you. I so thank you all for tuning in tonight, and we will let you know the next time that we can get Christa on. Hopefully it'll be in a couple of days, so we won't let it linger too long. We're all busy, but hopefully we will be able to get her back on very soon so we can finish her story. Thank you so much for tuning in. Lupus in Color is here to educate, inspire, encourage, and empower lupus warriors worldwide. And I'm so excited that you have joined us today. I'm going to put my email in the chat room. If you would like to get on our In the Loop show and share your story with other lupus warriors and those who are around you, please go ahead and send me an email and we will set it up. Thank you, Christa. I so appreciate you. Let's let this storm pass. I'm kind of old, so I kind of think the storm going to mess up your phone and all that stuff. So let's let it all pass, and then we'll set up another date. But I want to thank you all for coming, and bring a friend next time. Thank you, guys. Have a great night. Happy Friday.